Bill Denbrough, played by Jaeden Martell, assists his younger brother Georgie, portrayed by Jackson Robert Scott, in creating a paper boat, which they name the SS Georgie. Despite Georgie's eagerness to play with the boat in the heavy rain outside, Bill is unable to join him due to his illness. Before Georgie rushes out to play, the siblings embrace each other. Georgie chases after his sailboat as it drifts down the street and accidentally runs into a roadblock. The boat falls into the sewer at the end of the street, and Georgie becomes anxious about how Bill will react. As he peers into the sewer to retrieve his boat, he encounters Pennywise the dancing clown, portrayed by Bill Skarsgård, whose eyes are a striking yellow color. Pennywise converses with Georgie in a playful manner and offers to return his boat. However, when Georgie reaches for it, Pennywise seizes his arm and viciously bites it off with his massive teeth. Georgie cries out for Bill before Pennywise drags him into the sewer. In June 1989, we are introduced to Mike Hanlon, played by Chosen Jacobs, who is being forced by his grandfather, Leroy, to slaughter a sheep with a nail gun. After giving a lecture, Leroy ends up killing the animal himself. On the last day of school, Bill, Richie Tozier, Eddie Kaspbrak, and Stanley Uris, who form a group called the Losers Club, are excited to begin their summer. Unfortunately, they run into Henry Bowers, the school bully, and his gang of friends, Patrick Hochstetter, Victor Chris, and Belch Huggins. When Henry mocks their friends, Bill insults him, causing Henry to approach him menacingly until he sees his father, Officer Bowers, standing behind Bill. Henry then walks away after licking his palm and smearing it on Bill's face. In the girls' bathroom, Beverly Marsh is smoking when she is taunted by a group of mean girls led by Greta who accuse her of being promiscuous. One of the girls fills a trash bag with water and dumps it on Beverly, but she shields herself with her book. On her way out of the school, Beverly meets the new student, Ben Haskam, Jeremy Ray Taylor, who is overweight and has no friends. She signs his yearbook, and Ben seems to develop a crush on her. When Bill arrives home, his father scolds him for making a model of the sewer system in Derry, insisting that Georgie is only missing and that he needs to accept that he is dead. Mike goes to deliver a package at a butcher shop and hears strange noises behind the door. When the door opens, burnt hands appear, and he sees Pennywise, but then he's almost hit by Henry Bowers and his friends, so he runs away. Stan is studying for his bar mitzvah at the synagogue, and he finds a painting of a woman with a distorted face in the rabbi's office. The painting falls, and when Stan picks it up, he realizes the woman is gone, and IT takes on the woman's appearance with a fanged smile. Ben is at the library, where he discovers that children in Derry have been disappearing for centuries, and he finds a book with a picture of Pennywise and a missing boy's head in a tree. Ben is lured into the basement, where he sees the headless boy and is chased out by Pennywise. On his way home, Ben is attacked by the Bowers gang, but he escapes and falls into the water near the Losers. They rescue him and bring him to safety. Patrick, one of the bullies, goes into the sewers to find Ben but encounters demonic children and ends up being eaten by Pennywise. The boys and Beverly go to the pharmacy to get supplies but are short on money. Beverly comes to their rescue by pretending to flirt with the pharmacist to distract him while they steal the items they need. Beverly also manages to sneak away some cigarettes for herself. Afterward, Beverly goes home to her father, who is very creepy and makes advances towards her. She is upset and cuts off her hair. Later, the group of friends is at the quarry, and Beverly shows up to join them. She jumps into the lake first, and the others follow suit. They have a good time swimming and hanging out. Ben then shares some information about Derry's history that he had read. Eddie was walking home and passed by the abandoned house on Neibolt Street. Suddenly, he was attacked by a leper and ran through the house's yard. He saw Pennywise trying to lure him, but he managed to escape by running under the fence. Meanwhile, Bev was in her room reading a postcard with a poem on it. She thought it was from Bill, but it was actually from Ben. While in her bathroom, Bev heard voices of children coming from the sink, and she saw clumps of hair trying to grab her. Then, blood started gushing out from the sink. Mr. Marsh walked in and saw Bev horrified, but he didn't see the blood. He commented that her hair made her look like a boy. Bill was wandering around his house when he spotted someone who looked like Georgie running around. He was surprised and followed the person to the basement, where he saw that it was indeed Georgie. The basement was flooded, and Georgie told Bill that they all flowed down there, including him. Georgie kept repeating this phrase until he decomposed and Pennywise appeared from the water to try to get Bill. Bill managed to escape from the basement and ran out. The next day, the children were riding their bicycles when they noticed Mike's bike and the Bowers gang's car. They went to the creek and found the gang bullying Mike because of his skin color. Bev threw a rock at Henry's head, which sparked a rock-throwing battle between the two groups. Mike fled to the losers' side, while Vic and Belch escaped as Henry was knocked out. As the kids leave with Mike, Bill and Eddie reveal that they have both seen Pennywise. Mike shares his own horrific story about his parents dying in a fire. In Bill's garage, they discover a map linking the sewers to the Neibold house where Pennywise lives. However, the projector starts showing terrifying images of Pennywise. The losers decide to face IT head-on and enter the Neibold house. Eddie gets separated and injured while Bill and Richie face terrifying challenges. Beverly shows up to save the day, but Eddie's mother bans him from hanging out with the group. Bill and Richie argue about the risks of their mission, causing the group to split up. At the Marsh house, Beverly's dad attempts to act upon his lust toward his daughter. She fights him off and runs into the bathroom. When Mr. Marsh gets there, Bev whacks him across the face with a toilet lid, killing him. Just as she is about to leave, Pennywise finds her and takes her. Bill goes by Bev's house and finds her father dead in the bathroom, and sees "You'll die if you try" written on the wall in blood. He realizes Bev has been taken by IT, so he goes to make amends with his friends to rescue her. When they get Eddie, his mom forbids him from leaving and joining his friends, but he defies her when he confronts her over the placebos. He ditches her and joins his friends. The losers head to the Neibold house to confront IT with Bill, Richie, and find a well where IT dwells. They climb down a rope, but before Mike can head down, Henry shows up and attacks him. He starts pulling the rope up to prevent the boys from climbing back up. Henry tries to kill Mike with the nail gun that he brought, but Mike fights him off.